Okay, in this video, we're talking about trimming a string in JavaScript. Okay, so I will start by creating my HTML. Then inside my body, I'll create two elements. First one will be header one. The reason why I'm creating h1 element is for displaying my output. If I say something like hi now, you can see the output. Let me refresh this browser. You can see it hi. So this is how my output from the JavaScript will be displaying. That's why I'm creating this header one. So I'll give it an ID, okay, and then give it a name. Let me give it let me say hash1. You can name it anything you want. Okay, so the next thing I'll be creating is called script. Then this script now I will give it an attribute src, which is for source. And then what I'll now do here now, I could light this thing inside my script if I want, inside this script element, but I don't want the HTML to be buggy. I just want to use a separate file, which is also the best practice for writing a JavaScript. Just write it in an external file and then link it to your HTML. Then it will render it to the page, depending on what it's doing. Okay, so I will now write the name of this my external JavaScript, which is index.js. So I will now say index.js. Okay, so it's now linked. Okay, it's now linked. So I will now come to my JavaScript file. So I will create a document.get element by ID, dot get element by ID. Then open a parameter, then passing ID name by putting it inside a double quote. My ID name is h1. You can see that here. Let me go down. Header one. This is ID name is h1. Then I will now set it. I will now set dot inner HTML. Inner HTML. I will now set it equal to. I will set it equal to a variable that I will create. But if I say something like, if I pass in a string to it now, let's say hello, it will display in the screen. You can see it now. Okay, so that's not what we want to pass. We want to pass our output from the from what we are doing, from the actual variable that will be containing our outputs. So let me create a variable to illustrate trimming. So let's say variable a, let me set it equal to let me say a string. Okay, since we're talking about string, let me just make this, let me call this variable a string. You can call it anything you want, but I want to call it a string. Then inside this variable, I will give it value of I will assign it to a string. Let me say hello everyone, hello everyone, hello everyone. Okay, so trimming is kind of clearing white space. For instance, now we have this hello here now. Let me give space here. Okay, you see this white space now is a very big white space. Okay, then let me put semicolon, come under it and create another variable which will contain which will hold our outputs. We'll give it an output name. Let's say output and set it equal to string. Say string. This string now we'll now use that method, the method called trim. Okay, the trim is the method for trimming string. So we say trim like this, then put it inside the curl, give it a parameter. Okay, then here now what we now assign to this place is our output. You can say output. So you can to this, you can see now it trims off excess. Okay, let's see what happens without this trim. Let's remove this. Let me know whether I can just comment it. Let me see whether that will work. Oh, it's commenting the whole line, which is not what I want. Let me do something now. Let me just screen it first. It's supposed to, I think this one is in the browser, is not really giving me what I want. It's supposed to show okay, the browser automatically trim it by itself, but how about let me use alert. Okay, let me use alert and alert it so you see the difference. Let me say inside this place now mm, let me do it this way. Let me comment this output and use alert, which is a dialog box. I think the reason why you are not seeing it in the browser is because the browser by default it will trim excess I think it trim excess white space that is not useful. It will just trim it off. I think that's why you are not seeing it in the browser. Okay, so let me just comment this our output to the, let me use alert dialog alert box. So let me see that. So what I will now do is I will just say alert. Let me alert in this place, let me alert our outputs. Okay, let me refresh and see what happens. Okay, you can see this hello world now. I think this one will, I think the dialog box will help us to illustrate this thing better. You can see this our dialog box now, which is hello world. You see where it's positioned. The hash is positioned under this zero. Immediately after 7 is positioned under the zero. I think it's because of this white space here. Okay, let me see what will happen if I use the dot trim. If I use dot trim method, let's see what will happen. Just note where this thing is under. Is under hash is under zero. Okay, let's say okay, and then refresh it again and see what happens. You can see now it's now starting from the end. That white space is no longer there. The hello everyone string is starting from exact the same line with this our port number here, which is starting under 1, is no longer under 0. So for instance, if I remove, let me just remove the trim again, and so you see it better. Let me refresh again. Let me say okay and refresh. So the dialog box will pop up again. You can see now it's now under hello. Okay, what if I keep on adding, if I add more space now? Let me see what will happen without that trim. You can see now it push it to almost under this one. It's almost under this one. Okay, this is not proper. Let's there's any reason why you want to put this space in your string. Let's see if there's any reason for that. But with that, if you don't want it to have this SS white space, you will use trim to trim it. So let's trim it again. Let's say dot trim then put our parentheses. Then let's refresh the page again. Let's refresh it again. It will start from the beginning. So the white space have been trimmed out. It is now removed. So we are now seeing our hello world. Okay, having said this, I think I've come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.